Hey YouTube, NCG here, bringing to you guys a deck profile on my Rockets. So I'm doing this deck profile for a few reasons, but one of the main reasons is that we just had a good amount of spoiler leaks for the OCG regarding some of their upcoming sets, and one of them I think being a duelist pack or something like that, something along those lines. One of oh god, what's his name again? Revolver's Ace Monsters Beauregard Dragon got revealed in that set, and that inspired me to give you guys a update to my current Rocket deck before the Virus Darkness Structure deck comes out, because I've been giving this deck a quick little thought, and I'm going to be implementing the Virus deck into this deck. Just because this deck likes to be a very stun deck. It is a stun based deck, so being naturally slow paced, you want to control the board as much as you can, and that structure deck is a very control based playstyle. So I'm going to be trying to implement that into this deck, but before that deck comes out, I want to show you what it currently is, so if you don't like that idea, you can at least build this variant. So I've done some play testings with this deck profile, with this deck, because Rockets is a deck that I actually really enjoy, and it's one of my favourites in the current Frame series, next to Cyverse and Gokis, or Gokis and Cyverse. I think Gokis is my current favourite, just because of the way it is, with Rockets being my second. So, and I love dragons, and Borrowed Dragon is probably my favourite link at this current point in time, with Topologic being a close second. So, with all that said and done, guys, let's get into the profile. So, first off, 3 Magna Rocket Dragons. This is probably the best Rocket Dragon in the deck, just because it's a non-targeting, sending monsters to the graveyard when it's targeted by a link monster's effect and it destroys itself. And at the end phase, if it is destroyed by battle or effect, you can summon a new Rocket from your deck. All of them share that same summon ability, but they all have different link targeted abilities. So Magna Rocket sends monsters. Metal Rocket Dragon sends all cards in the same column as him when he's targeted by a link with the same summon ability. So those are the only 3 obs. The rest are 2 obs. So 2 Auto Rocket Dragons, he sends spells and traps when he's targeted by a link monster. Shell Rocket destroys a monster in the same column as him. And then if he does, he destroys both monsters in the adjacent column, in adjacent zones to that destroyed monster. So at most you could get a 3 off him. And Anisphere Rocket negates a monster's abilities and prevents it from attacking. So the reason I've gone for this kind of rid ratio is because in playtesting, the level 4 ones, so Magna Rocket and Metal Rocket, are the best, and these are the ones you want to have on the build in constant circulation. Plus, being level 4s, it gives you good access to some nice generic rank 4s. But you want to play the others as well, and it's very hard to find a good ratio. It is also personal preference as well, so whatever feels comfortable to you, go with that ratio. At the moment, I'm liking this ratio because it gives me a good amount of Rockets in the deck, keeps the circulations going in terms of like the destructions and new special summons, and I get the best ones at most to the ones that aren't. So not to say that any of them are good. They're all good in their own unique ways, but it just works. It just strangely works to me. It is a very hard to explain the Rocket ratios. Again, it is all personal preference. I'm constantly swapping between ratios as I go. At one point I had Anisphere Rocket at 3. So it is completely. I will definitely be changing it once the new structure deck, once the Dark Structure deck drops, as you can tell. So again, it is all personal preference. So for the Dragon engines, I got 2 White Dragon Wyvern Busters and 1 Collapsed Serpent. I gone for more of the white one because you have more darks, like literally the rest of the deck is, other than 2 cards, is dark, so you'll have more targets for Wyvern Buster than the Collapse Serpent, but by going 2 and 1, you have a nice little search engine going, so you can banish a dark special summon Wyvern Buster, link away into a link, get the Collapse Serpent, then you can banish Wyvern Buster, summon Collapse Serpent, link away again, and then you can get the second Wyvern Buster. So it deck thins while keeping monsters on your board. And then I got some two one-ofs, one Gateway Dragon and one Keeper of the Shrines. Gateway Dragon is just a monster to help you get more bodies onto the board. When he's normal special summoned, once per turn you can special summon from your hand if your opponent controls a link monster and you do not. And then once per turn you can special summon one level 4 dark or below dark dragon from your hand, which again most of your deck is, all your rockets are, so that's one thing. As well as Keeper of the Shrines. And Keeper of the Shrine is kind of the same reason as the Chaos Dragons. Sorry about that. It is a constant body on the board for you to make your link plays. So his ability is this card can be treated as 2 tributes for a tribute summon a dragon monster. We ignore that ability. We'd never use that. And while this card is in your hand or graveyard, if a face-up dragon monster on the field except the Keeper of the Shrine is sent to the graveyard by a card effect or because it was destroyed by battle, you can special summon this card. Then if that monster sent to the graveyard is a normal monster, you can add 1 dragon normal from your graveyard to your hand. You can only use Keeper of the Shrine once per turn. So, as I said, as long as one of your monsters leaves the field, you can just special summon Keeper of the Shrine. And then you can just keep your link plays going, keep bodies onto the board. And he's also a big defender at 2100, so, and level 4 as well, so your rank 4 plays is doable. And to round up the monsters, I played 3 easy to summon monsters. I played 2 Link Belt Dragons and 1 Red Eyes Darkness Metal. Red Eyes Darkness Metal was very self-explanatory. You played lots of dragons and you just want to keep keeping the monsters coming. And it's also a good way to get back your Borlow Dragon if he is gone. But Link Belt War Dragon is an easy to summon monster. As long as you just link summon, you can special summon this card from your hand. But it enables the soft locks in the deck. It enables you to control the board state and control the game's pace by playing a link monster and summoning this guy, because while this card is on the field, when it's cast special summon, you can place 2 counters on it. If a monster is link summoned, remove 2 of these counters from this card, or all if less than 2. And then once per turn during each standby phase, place one of these counters on this card. No monster can be link summoned unless this card has at least as many of these counters as that monster's link rating, and monsters cannot attack except link monsters. So if you're up against a non-link deck and you have this card in play, unless they're getting rid of this card by some means, they're not attacking you, which is also good to keep the game's pace for you to make your Borlow Dragons and stuff like that. But if you're up against a link-focused deck, they can only summon link monsters of the same number of counters of this card. So if you've only got 2 counters on this card and they're going to try and make a big like link 3 or 4, they can't do that. They have to make a link 2 first or a link 1. So Belt Link War Dragon is just a nice card to control the game state while also giving you bodies on the board, so you can actually make some link plays as well. So that's the monsters. So it's a big explanation. I've gone 9 minutes and I've only done the monsters, so I'm fortunate for that, guys. The spells are going to be quite self-explanatory. If you play rockets, you will know. So 3 quick launch. It summons a rocket from the deck. Easy, self-explanatory. 2 boot sector boot launches and 1 fire prison. Boot sector launch summons either summons 2 rockets from your hand in defense position, or summons rockets from the graveyard to make your board match your opponent's. So if your opponent has 3 monsters and you only have 1, you can summon 2 rockets from the graveyard. And Fire Prison, all dragons gain 300 defense points. Also with Boot Sector Launch, all rockets gain 300 attack and defense, I think. Yep. Fire Prison, all dragons gain 300 defense points. And if any link monsters are on the field, neither player can link summon a link monster with a lower link rating than the highest link rating on the field. and that's pretty much and monsters cannot attack except link monsters. So similar effects to Belt Link, but with the bonuses with this card is that if you made your Borolo Dragon and then you played this afterwards, your opponent cannot link summon unless it's a link 4. So that's really strong soft lock. The easiest one that you can do is summon a link 3 and then play this card, which then means your opponent can only link 3. So if you're up against like Pendulum Magicians, they can't make Electromite if you've gone first and done that play, so it's really good. 1 Terraforming to search them. For my draw spells, I play 2 Scrib draws, pop a rocket, draw, destroy a rocket, draw 2 cards, and 3 Allure of Darknesses. Allure of Darkness, most of our monsters are darks. You will have a higher chance to resolve Allure of Darkness than Scrib draw, which is why I've gone for this ratio. There's been times where I played 3 Scrib draws and like dead drawn Scrib draws with no rockets to pop. Or no effective way to pop a rocket and continue some plays, so that's why I've gone for that ratio. But it's completely up to you. You can go through Scrib draws. It's not a bad card to go with 3 of. I might go 3 of in the future. We'll see how it goes though. 1 Monster Reborn, just to revive anything from the grave. And to run up the spells, I played 2 Scapegoats. It is again a control based deck, and you don't get more controlling than Scapegoat. You can set it when you have a bad hand. Your opponent's turn, you can flip Scapegoat to protect your life points, or at the end phase you can flip it, and then on next turn you can make Borolo Dragon from it. So those are the spells I play. Moving on to traps, I only play 5 at the moment. Just 1 warning just to negate good summons, 2 Call the Haunters just to revive my monsters and my link monsters to make higher link plays, and 2 Storming Mirror Force to control the board and to control the game by bouncing all the monsters my opponent controls in attack mode. As you can now hear an ice cream man. So, this Storming Mirror Force can be anything that you guys want. It can be Torrential Tribute, it can be any other Mirror Forces, but stuff like board wiping traps just to keep your boards and keep your life points alive, while also removing problematic threats is always good. So that's the main deck. The extra deck is 2 Borolo Dragons. He is your ace monster. He is the one you want to go into. He's the one that's going to be triggering your Rocket's special abilities and all that. And he also just controls the game. Literally, if you can get Borolo Dragon out, depending on the matchup and when it is, you know, the game can be completely won by that. So Borolo Dragon's good. I play 1 Topologic Bomber Dragon as well. He is very good with the rockets because they just summon themselves back when Topologic kills them. So any remaining monsters that can, you know, trigger it off. You know, he's also a Revolver's Ace monster. He's one of my favorite links, so that's why I play it. But this can be anything. It can be a Sayuja. It can be anything you guys want. It could be a third Borolo if you want to go down that route. It can be a Firewall. It can be. But I like the 3 link 4s just because it gives you an ace to go into at any point in time. I play 2 Link 3s, I play 1 Decode Talker and 1 Triple Burst Dragon. These can be any Link 3s that you want. You can even take out Topologic to make another Link 3, or you can take out one of the following Link 2s or XCs for a third Link 3. But I just like these 2. Triple Burst is good against certain matchups, especially against things like Burning Abyss. He also helps you with your plays because you play like dragons in your deck. So if this card lives to the next turn, you can tribute it, summon a Link 2 and summon a dragon from your hand. So helps you set up for your Link 4. Decode Talker, the reason I've gone for Decode Talker though is just because he has a good targeting ability where you can target a monster this card points to negate a targeting effect. So if you target a rocket, you can actually trigger the rocket off. So that's why I've gone for Decode. For Link 2s, there's a lot of them because they're the ones who are going to be summoning the most. I've gone for 2 Twin Triangle Dragons. So sorry guys. Easy to summon monster. Probably one of the best Link 2s in this deck is Underclock Taker because not only does it help you Link climb, but it also helps you target trigger your rockets because if you're going second or any turn your opponent has a monster that you want to get rid of, you can make Underclock Taker, summon a rocket underneath it, use Underclock Taker to target a rocket and target your opponent's monster to reduce it, and then the rocket will go off to then do its rocket thing. So Underclock Take is really good. I might bump it up to 3. I'm not entirely sure. I'm kind of like thinking about it, but Underclock Take is really good. And 1 Proxy Dragon for the Scapegoat, along with the 2 Linked Spiders for the Scapegoat to make your Borload. And then I've got 3 rank 4s, so 1 Babushka, 1 Dark Rebellion fits the theme, why not? But it also does help you get over high attack monsters without having to make links. And 1 Evil Swarm Nightmare, just because a lot of our level 4s are dark, so you can make Nightmare and do some very nice disruptions. So guys, that's the deck. It has been long, probably too long for what the deck is, but I just wanted to explain some things, as it is a very personal deck in terms of like the card choices and ratios, and I just wanted to explain why I've picked what I've picked and what I'd probably do in the future. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this profile. Like DD's, this is one of my favourite decks, and a deck that I will be updating as it goes, as I go with it, as I keep playtesting with it, and as more support comes out with it. So, and as I said, stay tuned for once the structure deck, Dark Destruction deck drops. Expect an update on this deck profile, because I am seeing some good synergies between the Dark, the Fiends in that structure deck with the Rockets for a bit more control and consistency with the control. Hence Lilith. Lilith is probably the reason, and Darkness Diablos is the reason why I want to make that profile, because I can use Lilith to search my traps. I can go with some more very good traps, maybe go some viruses and that kind of thing. So again, expect a profile once that drops. So guys, I hope you all enjoyed this. Like, comment and subscribe to the channel for more amazing Yu-Gi-Oh content that we bring to you guys, for you guys, when we can. So until next time guys, keep having fun.